Oh, sorry about that. That is just well, this is Jason Schattner, aka Wolffoetowtech. As you can see, I'm doing it outside, and you can hear a car, and you can hear a cat eating cat food, and I'm just doing something different because natural sunlight might help out a lot. But today we have there's a series of numbers related to various video game consoles that have been released and the current generation. And I'm going to give you a bunch of the numbers. This has already been reported by all the major websites, but I'm going to give a little bit of my own personal opinion on this. Currently, one of the earlier reports, this one didn't get as big a blow up as all the X one, but yeah, the Wii U is currently has the not the highest lifetime period, but it is the current generation number one system in Japan for lifetime units sold. It currently has 57% of the market. The PS4 has 42% of the market, and the Xbox One has 1% of the market. That is interesting to say the Xbox One has 1% of the market. Uh, the Wii U total sales in Japan are over 3 million units, or 3,020,227 units. The PS4 is currently, as of the last report, 2,261, well, 2,261,079 units. They got down to the last unit count on there. And the Xbox One only has 64. 64. One of my favorite numbers. 64,543 units sold in Japan. Also, the current worldwide sales of the Wii U just passed 12 million units. Now, mark this on the calendar. As of last November, the Wii U just passed October, November, passed the 10 million unit mark. Now it has passed the 12 million unit mark. The 10 million unit mark is interesting because that was the point in which the Dreamcast was canceled, which was going to be the first Sega system I was going to personally buy myself, but sad story, I went on to buy a PS2. Only if Sega held out for another 3 months before they announced they were going to give up on the Dreamcast, I would have gone out and bought a Dreamcast. And I buy like $500 worth of video games a year. So, there. I started video gaming with the NES and went from the NES, Super NES, Game Boy. I got the old toaster Game Boy. You can see it in old videos. And a whole bunch of other stuff. But there was also another report estimating, because Microsoft is no longer talking about the exact number of units sold. The numbers that estimated from the EA numbers has the Xbox One around 19 million units worldwide. So 19 million versus 12 million, that is not an insane gap. The insane gap is between the PS4 and the Xbox One. I don't edit my videos, so I'm gonna sneeze any second now. I just scared the crap out of my cats. I'm sorry, Runty. But the insane number is that the PlayStation 4 is around 36 million units. The past few years for the PS4 has been mostly remasters and multiplats. Not very many exclusives, which is just that strange thing we had to really ask ourselves. The Wii U, tons of exclusives. Xbox One, some exclusives. PS4, mostly all multi-plats and remasters. And it's the number one system, which brings a series of profound questions about gamers today. But that's beside the fact. I pretty much just covered all the sales numbers, whereas I just had on my quick my checklist. But on to the next thing. Uh, it's really simple. The reason for the sales numbers differences between all the systems, in spite of the Wii U being 1 year older than the PS4 and the Xbox One, the PS4 and the Xbox One are 2 years old now, and the Wii U is about 3 years old now. I'm using my 3DS as a paperweight, but I don't know why I pointed that out. The simple thing with the Xbox One was the horrible launch, scaring the crap out of all the gamers. And in the case of the Wii U was the fact that Nintendo basically had a super ambiguous launch, where many people were confused that it was an actual system and not just a simple add-on. An expensive add-on. When people walk into the store and see the gamepad and think it's an add-on, and they see the price is near $300, historically add-ons fail horrible, even if they are like nothing more than $50, 50, $60. PlayStation Move, the Xbox 360 Connect, they don't go anywhere. It's if you're asking gamers to buy peripherals to play games, and it's like north of $60, there is a extremely high probability rate of failure. And one of the few exceptions to this in recent history, is the Toys to Life, which has the Skylanders. Skylanders was being the forefront, then Disney Infinity and the Amiibo by Nintendo, and now Lego Dimensions. It's getting insane with that market. And the previous insanity from the last generation that started just before that with Guitar Hero, well, actually started 2 generations back on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox with Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And those are the 2 exceptions right there. Yeah. Historically, add-ons kind of just, in the console market, they fail and they fail hard. PC market is different. Those cats are used to forking out large sums of money, and they are proud of their 4K 60 frames per second systems. I'm just happy with. I'm one of those people. I'm not a graphics snob. You can give me an Atari 2600 game that is well crafted, and I will love the crap out of it. My favorite Atari 2600 game currently is Berserk. That is my current favorite Atari 2600 game. Quite simple. That is a fun game, okay? Seriously, tricking robots to kill themselves on walls. It never grows old. But, anything else awesome I could add to this? Because I like to keep my videos around 10 and 15 minutes long. Oh yeah, I had a previous video talking about the PlayStation VR and rumors about that, and there was a accidental posting of PlayStation VR price on Amazon Canada, and it was also listed very briefly on the United States website. The Amazon Canada price was $1,125, and the U.S. price was $800. The U.S. dollar price was $800. And this is keeping in mind that a lot of people were upset with Oculus Rift being set around the $600 mark. And honestly, I personally feel that the PlayStation... Ooh, sorry. I'm sneezing, I'm belching, I'm coughing, I am sorry. This is winter. I have allergies. And all kinds of other stuff, and it's just one of those things. I should probably edit my videos just to get rid of the sneezing and coughing and all that other crap, but then you get a choppy video. So there. But PlayStation VR, I'm personally in that camp of people who think that if it's gonna cost north of $300, it's gonna end up like the PlayStation Move. It's a bunch of people, a lot of people, the super hardcore people, and that will be including me, who will buy it. I will buy it eventually, but I'm not going to be a day one person. Of course, no video game system in my entire life. I've never been a day one person. I've always waited a year to buy a game system, and that's because I buy a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot of retro games. I have hundreds of games for old systems. If I had a room with a nice big room and the shelves and the space, I could put up a wall like Alpha Omega Sin, and I could have like an insane number of games. I could swap it out. I could have all Nintendo games one month, all Sega games another in the month. Mostly Atari 26, mostly Atari games another month. PlayStation, Xbox. I could fill up a wall of that stuff easy. I'm not doing that at this time. I just don't have the money for it. At some point, when I get money for things like that, I will work on making a really nice setup to my channel. I'm gonna seriously improve a lot of things, but that is not exactly gonna happen now or the very near future. That is something just a little bit further down the line. So there is my general thoughts on Nintendo sales numbers. It's kind of obvious why the PlayStation 4 blew everyone else away. As standard is the truth, I've said many times on many channels, talking to other people in comments and talking to a lot of people over the past few years. The video game console, the history of video game consoles is not always won by the most flamboyant or the best systems or anything like that, or the best selection of games. It is simply won and lost on A, arrogance, and B, making the fewest mistakes. And it's just that simple. It's arrogance and fewest mistakes. If console manufacturers basically wrote down a list, 2-point list on a board in their main office, it should say, don't ever become arrogant, and make it simple and clear. Okay, it's just, and that's both the same thing. Simple and clear are basically overlap of the concept, but it is just that simple. It's, don't try to ram things down. It doesn't matter if you're number one this generation. If you get cocky, you will be burned. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Seriously. In the words of Nobunaga Oda from Dynasty Warriors series, well, Samurai Warriors series, it's just that simple. don't get cocky. And I will seriously work to never be cocky, or seriously cocky. You know, sometimes a little bravado is awesome, and sometimes it just comes out, you know. And that's just going to be my style, is I'm just going to be that kind of person who just shows up. I'm going to say things. Sometimes it's going to piss off people. Sometimes people will clap and cheer. And I will listen to people, and I will think about what they say, but it's not going to alter the core of who I am as a person. And it's just that simple. And thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching the whole video if you already have. Obviously, if you saw this, unless you skipped through the whole center, which is usually a ramble mess on some of my videos. Thank you for watching my video. Any feedback is appreciated. Any sharing is appreciated. Thank you very much for your time. And please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have a wonderful day.